Alright, welcome back to World of Horror. Let us see what we get this time. Yep, gotta start with this. Randomize. Ooh, a little deeper red. Alright, and then quick play. The city of Shiokawa. Something strange is happening in our town. Robed figures can be seen gathering in the woods at night. People are going missing. Disgusting creatures are terrorizing the seaside. The rapid technological progress of the modern era brings comfort, but also new, unknown threats. Old gods, malicious eldritch beings who ruled the earth eons ago, are awakening as reality starts to crumble. Armed with clues, spells, and your dwindling sanity, you'll investigate mysteries across the city and in realms beyond. Excuse me? Atarasu is once again awakening from its slumber. Blinded by its impossible to satisfy hunger, it has started to tear down the walls of its cocoon prison. Stop it before it devours us all. You can't escape from combat encounters. Backstory World of Horror. Okay. The Eternal Web. Let's begin. Alright. Multiply Wound. It's not my first time playing. What is this? Combat offensive. Deals damage to an enemy, which increases the lower your stamina is. Cost 2 stamina. Yuck. Yucky yuck. Do not forget it. Cast the spell. No. Okay. So we're a magic user. Very knowledgeable. Dexterous, perceptive. We are not. What is? I don't know what that. I don't know what that is. FND. We are not. FND. That's okay. All right. Home we go. All right. No mail. All right. We're not currently investigating any weird mysteries. So if you watch the first part, you kind of have a gist of how this works. We are going to take a bath. At 17, we topped off at, but we are going to get a small XP boost for the day. Anybody creeping in the hallway? Yep. Gotta love our neighbor there. Okay. Probably just my imagination. Absolutely. Yeah, that is completely right. What other outfits we got? Ooh. Sure, let's go with this, like, nice little dress thingy with the upside down cross. Alright, start a new mystery. Inexplicable and morbid events have been plaguing your town for some time now. You can tackle these 5 mysteries in any order you choose, but beware, you're in for a scare. Alright, a curious case of the contagious coma. That is a run-ender, apparently. Sorrowful saga of the Moonlight Sailors. Tragic tale of the thaumaturgy teacher. Rotten report of a rancid ramen. Chilling chronicle of a crimson cape. Let's go ahead and do the sorrowful saga of the Moonlight Sailors. Seems very fitting given the overarching plot with creatures roaming by the shore. It began with one fisherman who dragged something truly awful from the belly of the ocean. A dark, writhing ooze that mesmerized him beyond control. He hid himself away for a week, adoring it, not to be seen until one moonlit night when a young girl spotted his boat drifting away. A single lantern swinging at the helm and the captivated fisherman singing eerily to his catch. Now, more and more fishermen have begun to find the vile ooze in their nets, and one by one, they are disappearing. Soon the ocean will have taken them all. Get investigated. Alright, you start your investigation, hoping to overhear some rumors at the fish markets. Alright, let us head downtown to the fish markets then. Bad feeling. Despite your best efforts, you feel like the neighborhood is starting to change. Location's threat level increases. Yes, that is always something that is good to know. Okay, yep, I forgot about this. So for this little bar right here is the threat level, so it seems like it's dangerous. -1 modifier to all skill checks, stamina and reason penalties increased. Okay, so depending on where you go. So I wonder, because I have to do discard 2 item cards to complete. Oh, ew. I don't think I've ever had a quest that wasn't investigate a place. I don't know how I feel about that. Alright, let us investigate this dangerous fish market again. Alright, we're checking out a restaurant. Oh, seeing the two chopped off heads, you can't help but wonder who's been preparing your food for the past week. Research the occult notes. Uh-oh. Knowledge check. Success. Oh, the notes lying nearby tells of an ancient civilization, an unspeakable horror. You've managed to learn an incantation, but the horrifying image will stay with you for a long time. Gain a spell. Memory extract. Wow, we're very spellcasty. Support healing plus 2 reason. Costs 10 XP. What in tarnation? It's good though. It's a healing spell. Okay, I'll take it. When you arrive at the fisherman's house, it stands long vacated. Peering in through the dusty window, you recoil in shock. Why are we recoiling in shock? Corpses are strung up on wire, like macabre marionettes with painted smiles and rosy cheeks. Okay, yeah, that's a good reason to recoil in horror. The fisherman's wife lies in the kitchen, mutilated and covered with black marks. That's also very not good. Okay, I'm just encountering a whole bunch of not good. Alright, we will hopefully not die. Dark forces scheme against you. You don't know who you can trust anymore. A curse. I have brain damage. -2 knowledge, plus 10% max reason. Okay. Dang, I had OP knowledge. I mean, it's still good, but definitely more dexterous and perceptive now. Alright, so now it wants me to go seaside. Surely someone else must have caught one of these oozes. You look around, hoping to spot one of them. Can I go somewhere to... Yeah, let me go ahead and go into the dough shop here. I've only have 4% doom. Steak knife costs 2 funds. I have, I think, 1 fund. But I have brain damage, so maybe, just maybe, I can make it work. No, I don't think that's how that works. Need a Yakuza card. Okay, no, I had more than... I was looking at 1 degree C up there. But no, I'm level 1, I have 13 XP. Maybe if I go to... I'm already in my items. I'm not sure, but I have a steak knife. So, weird red stains. A used steak knife that I will equip. So now I have a weapon. Alright, wonderful. Going to the seaside. Just in case there's a boss fight here. I don't want to go into that unprepared. Suddenly, the air around you begins to whirl. A supernatural wave of freezing wind is approaching. Brace yourself, that's my only option. Strength check failure, uh-oh. The blizzard chills you to the bone and disappears as quickly as it began. -2 stamina, that's fine. We're still sitting not too bad on both of those. Oh, you're a lovely looking fellow. The young man has glassy eyes and mumbles his replies as he caresses his catch. The beating movements of his arms disturb you. That's unfortunate. Get investigated, glassy-eyed pal. You decide to enter a small, shady bar in the docks. Maybe some of the old fishermen can help you in your quest. However, persuading them to do so might prove difficult. Do I have... Oh, that's what fins is. I have 2 fins. So yeah, I'll buy them around for 1 fund. Yeah, sure. No fisherman would refuse a free round. They tell you tales of sunken cities inhabited by underwater things with too many legs. After a slow interrogation, the young man managed to stutter out something about an organized fishing trip. May I tag along on your organized fishing trip? Crabs are feasting on a bloated corpse, carried to the beach by waves. We'll try to search it. Dexterity success. Inside the man's pocket, you find documents. They're all strangely dry. Did the man really drown, or was he brought here? Plus 10 XP. What are the documents, though? Oh well. You slip out at night and race toward the beach, terrified of what comes next. Well, this is it. Definitely not doing that quest. That's okay. The full moon shines bright in the cloudless night sky. The ink-black ocean waves glimmer eerily. All the residents have drawn their shutters tight and locked their doors. Your footsteps are silent in the sand. The only audible sounds are your ragged breathing and pounding heartbeat. You arrive at the water's edge, breathless. The possessed fishermen's boats fill the horizon with their light, tiny yellow spots navigating across a dark ocean under a dark sky. You cannot make out the figures on board. Oh my. Hypnotized, you watch as they bob their way out of the harbor, their lanterns moving further and further away, and you hear the odd chanting slowly fade with the wind. You stand in the cold until the final boat is out of sight, and it is pitch black again. There's nothing to do now. You head home, the weird chant still in your head. Alright, well, unfortunate. It seems that we did not save them. No one spoke of the fishermen after they sailed off. Grieving mothers would not let their children anywhere near the cursed beach. Over time, people forgot the last time they saw a boat out on the waves. Ending B. New events possible for the missing sailors. Okay, knowledge is key. 30 experience, minus 3% doom. There's still hope. Plus 1 reason and stamina, and day passes. Okay, continue. Alright, I mean, that could have gone better. It could have gone worse, though. It seems like we succeeded to some extent. I don't think we did. We didn't really save anybody, but alright. The old god stirs. The imposing shadow cast by the old lighthouse is getting longer each day. A feeling of paranoia and discomfort is almost palpable in the air. Alright, home we go. Oh, a small key in the mailbox. Alright, let's take a nice bath. The shower will help you calm down. Let me take a look at my stats. 17, 15. Honestly, let's go with the XP boost. Again, we're at 15 reason, and then technically we can spend XP to get more. So why not boost XP? Right? Honestly, let's just get back out. New mystery. Let's go and check out the rancid ramen, I think. Rotten report of a rancid ramen. Out of thin air, a brand new ramen restaurant opens in town. It's adored by everyone. Once people take a bite, they can't stop. Day and night, the queues stretch out the door. The shambling customers stuff themselves with dish after dish, while the blind owner sits silently behind the counter, grinning and polishing his gleaming knives. You are determined to discover what makes this ramen so enticing. What is its true power? Dog meat? Human meat? The flesh of the gods themselves? Wonderful. Alright, watching the local news, you spot a familiar street. It's a feature about the newest ramen shop. The food critic has a manic look as he describes the ramen. His description makes your stomach churn. Alright, discard 2 item cards to complete. Okay. Rinse and repeat with that one, I see. Alright, so we are at the apartments. We are investigating the apartments. Mr. Ooh, your neighbor, is a horror manga artist. He's struggling to come up with a satisfying ending for his newest story. Share your experience, let him come up with his own stuff. What's that picture? Uh-oh, I don't like that event. You catch a glimpse of the painted thing. Suddenly, you feel very weak and excuse yourself to leave. Something truly evil has you in its grasp. Okay. We're just gonna leave that there, huh? You can see the restaurant through the staircase's window. You watch the door for hours, but never see any of the cooks enter nor leave. Alright, get investigated again. Oh no! While examining the ransacked room of your recently deceased friend, you discover a half-finished picture of a face hidden in the shadow. Something truly evil is getting closer. The only true way to investigate is to get into the restaurant yourself. I'm a little nervous about something truly evil. Alright, I guess we continue investigating into the restaurant through the fire escape. Hopefully something truly evil does not await. Uh-oh. Putting your hand in that hole was a bad idea. Seeing the big spider escape, you hope it wasn't poisonous. Alright, I have brain damage still, and I have a bite. Hopefully it'll go away. Okay. It seems that you were not the only one wanting to try it for yourself. You stand in line for hours. Your questions fall on deaf ears, and you're shunned. Alright, back downtown. I guess we're just waiting in line at this point. Stop right there! You hear a voice come from behind you. You won't destroy my life's work. Oh my. Obsessed man. Yeah, he's obsessed. I have a steak knife though, buddy. I'm gonna shank you a whole bunch of times. Actually, you know what? Can I prepare? Yeah, I can. Shank, shank, prepare, and shank. Yeah. Hey. You didn't do that bad for me. You didn't hurt me that bad. Okay. Shank, shank. Prepare and shank. Let's go. The smell around the restaurant is overpowering. Grease rotten. Is that blood you smell? Okay. Get investigated. Still, dangerous, by the way. Explains why we just got jumped. Experts are baffled by the sudden appearance of 20 stone statues lined up in a row in the middle of the park. You can cast one spell without paying anything. Resolve this event cancels the effect. But I don't want to cancel it. I can +2 reason, or yeah. I can cast you for free. Or a free cast. Yeah, get casted. Nice. That was a fun event. Finally, you turn to order. 1 ramen, please. The owner's grin widens. Alarmed by the sound of glass breaking, you discover the corpse of a policeman lying in a pool of blood. It looks like someone, or something, tore out his throat. Steal his gun, check his wounds for clues, escape before more people. Let's check his wounds. I don't think I'm getting a gun off of him. They didn't tear out his throat, but instead carved an occult symbol with something sharp. You try to remember the shape and escape before anyone arrives. Alright, looks like we leveled up. Alright, so we get 1 perk, and then we get to up a stat. So we've got folklore studies, +1 knowledge of various rituals and regional myths. Okay, that'll offset the brain damage. Quick thinking, +1 dexterity, that'll take it up to +8, nice. And then self-therapy, forgetting spells regains extra reason. I think honestly, let me go ahead and do that. I have a dex weapon, and like I'm already pretty decent at dex, so I think we just go with that, and then maybe honestly, double dex up to 9. Yeah. The Red Bull is pushed in your face. It's so crowded that you're forced to sit on the floor. Don't murder me. The roads seem to twist and turn when you're not looking, trapping you in this neighborhood. I guess we'll get lost. Get lost! You spend hours trying to find a way out. Finally, completely exhausted, you end up on the main street as the passage to the blighted neighborhood slowly closes behind you. +2% doom. We're up to a decent amount. With a slick hand, you fill a vial with the soup and walk out, all without tasting the weird dish. Good. Let's investigate it. With the pooling of some delicate strings, you get the ramen into a lab. While handing over the gathered material, you hesitate. What should you send to the laboratory? Just a vial of ramen soup. A mere day later, your friend rings your door. Her face is pale and in a shaky hand. She holds an analysis sheet. You usher her in and bolt the door. You feel ill looking at the charts. While they couldn't identify some of the particles, they did discover a highly addictive drug in the broth. The ramen restaurant must be closed immediately. A week later, police and government officials are looking over where the ramen restaurant used to be. Nothing remains but a gap in the street and aimless, confused customers. You'd like to believe that was the end of it, but snippets in newspapers from other cities unsettle you. Brief articles about an exciting new ramen restaurant opening and its mysterious owner keep showing up. You can no longer eat noodles without feeling ill. Ending B for that one as well. Plus 30% experience, minus 3% doom, plus 1 stamina and reason, and day passes. Cool. Look at us, making so many effects. Old God stirs. Uh-oh. Time skip? What? I'd have sworn it was Monday, not Tuesday, right? Yeah, I saw that doom jump up to 19 again. Okay. Alright, home again. Another key should await us. Yes, there it is. Look at that. Another key. Alright, let us bathe. That will top us off, and then we will XP boost once again. It's going well so far, I feel. Alright, let's get right into it. Tragic tale of the thaumaturgy teacher. 2B used to be one of the most outstanding classes in the school, at least before the teacher's disappearance. Her replacement glides through the school, entrancing all those around her with her soft voice and calming, emotionless eyes. Now, she stands at the front of the class, scribbling occult symbols in chalk and hissing lessons about the old gods. The children no longer play, but sit in their seats until dark, chanting along, learning of their eldritch masters, and preparing to serve them. Well, we gotta save them. Following a rumor, you visit the house of a schoolgirl who acted really strange in class. The girl's parents sit crying in the living room, and you fearfully, and they fearfully point you upstairs. Alright, we finally have a quest that I feel like I can do. Investigate downtown twice. Let's just go ahead and get that done. Downtown's a dangerous place, don't you know? The investigation is taking a toll on you. You start to miss the most obvious leads. Doom. Doom! Alright, one more. Oh, I have an infected wound. Haha, wonderful. Minus 1 dex, minus 1 perception. I'm sure that's not gonna kill me in time. While you walk through the crowded space, someone bumps into you and quickly apologizes. Realize what's happening. I'm getting robbed! Before you realize your wallet is missing, the thief is long gone. Climbing a tree, you get a better view of the class. Weird schematics of some portal drawn on the blackboard could help in the future. In the future. Nice. I am poor now. He has stolen all of my money. Alright, back to the apartments. Not wanting to wait for an elevator, you decide to take the rarely used stairs. You suddenly trip, but grabbing the railing at the last second. When you get up to inspect what caused you to trip, you freeze in terror. It is slowly standing up. Oh, hi. Twisted corpse. Oh, this is just in the hallway outside of my apartment. That's horrible. Alright. I would like to... Oh, you're incorporeal. Sure, let's learn about the enemy. Let us also... dodge, sure. That costs 125, so I'm not doing that. Don't have any fun, so I'm not doing that. Sever their ties to our world. Okay, you know what? Let me go ahead and sever their ties to our world twice. Ow. Get super severed. There we go. That wasn't too bad. She sits in her bedroom in a blood-stained uniform, a dead rat lying in her hands. Asked why she killed it. She just grins. That's not creepy at all. Maybe that was like a floor below our apartment, since we're still visiting her. Wandering through an empty corridor, you find an old vending machine. You don't recognize the brands of soda inside, but you really could use a drink. I have no money. Dexterity check success. You buy a can of off-brand soda and take a sip. It tastes a little odd, but you enjoy the drink anyways. Free soda? Yo, free soda. Another lead. The former teacher of the class may prove more useful. Knocking on their door, however, gets you no answer. Just subtle chittering behind the door. Alright, we're heading to the village. Uh-oh. Walking through the village, you're suddenly pulled in behind a building. Two menacing-looking masked figures block your escape. Do you serve the old ones? Yes. We knew it. The prophecies were true. The masked figures relax a bit, taking off their masks. We apologize for this, Master. Oh, hello. Yoichi and Raiko. Raiko. Salarymen. Let go. Double your available wealth. And a naive social life. Completing a mystery grants 1 fun. Yo. My friends. A little boy from the school has been attacked by his classmates. Alright, let us head to the hospital then, cult friends. You enter the hospital looking for information about a certain patient. The main corridor is dark and strangely empty. You spot a nurse at the registration booth. She's asleep from exhaustion. Set trash can on fire is crazy. Let her sleep. You abandon the idea of stealing the patient's document. It will hamper your investigation for sure, but a well-rested nurse means a safer hospital. Plus 2% doom. Hospital stat level -1. Yeah, we can manage that. You find him in the hospitals covered in bites. Just what is this? What is with this whole summoning that he speaks of between his sobs? Alright, get investigated. Uno mas, por favor. You're stopped by a masked man wearing a lab coat. He introduces himself as a researcher from Tokyo University, testing a new treatment method that promises to revolutionize modern medicine. Holding out a pile of documents, he tells you he can heal your wounds for free. You just need to sign here. I do have some wounds. Later, you wake up in a surgical ward. There's no sign of the doctor, but you feel healthier and notice that one of your wounds is gone without a trace. Select one injury status and heal it for free. Yo! Probably the infected wound. That's a dex and a perception. I think brain damage is just, it's 2 knowledge. Oh my. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this one. I guess this is the button for it. It's the only one that has any, yeah, treat this wound. Heck yeah, doctor. With no other ideas, you decide to wait outside the school itself. Okay. You enter the art workshop. The room is cluttered with half-finished sculptures and bizarre masks hanging on the wall. One sculpture strikes you as eerily realistic. Let's check out the masks, honestly. One mask looks similar to the design you once saw in an occult book. You decide to take it with you. Oh yeah, I got it. Funny mask. Oh, cursed folklore. Equip +1 stamina or reason at the beginning of a combat encounter. I don't like it. Inspect. This mask is anything but funny. No, we're not going to equip that. At least not yet. The faint chanting doesn't stop, and no one enters or leaves the building. It's a bad time to be out of cash, says the grim-looking man who's standing in your way. Our company fortunately specializes in cases like yours and will gladly help you get back on track. After all, he takes a step closer and you could swear there is a faint smell of rust around the man. Everyone has something to sell. Sell a jar of blood, my fondest memory, or my peace of mind. So jar of blood is probably stamina. Peace of mind is probably reason. What is fondest memory? Maybe XP? 3 reason. Okay, everything suddenly gets dark. You feel sad, but can't even tell why. In your pocket, you find an envelope with cash inside. Okay, well, thanks for cash. You hear a scream coming from the school. It's time to enter. You sneak in through a window and skulk across the shadowy corridors. All of the classrooms have emptied out. Peering into one, you spot the corpse of a teacher, nailed to the chalkboard. Shaking, you approach it. You spot an odd bulge protruding from his stomach. It writhes against your fingers as you probe it. Uh-oh. Get prepared for combat, I suppose. Suddenly, the teacher's chest rips apart, showering the classroom with gore. From within, a child coated in meat and intestines leaps out, screeching with joy. Oh my. That is a gore-covered student, for sure. Alright, well, good for you that I am gonna stab you, if you don't mind. Enemy seems to be weak to that weapon type. Wonderful. Stab, stab, prepare, stab. I missed both of those. Uh-oh. Alright. Definitely prepare, stab, prepare, stab. Nice. As you near the gym hall, the chanting and rhythmic drums grow louder, threatening to intoxicate you. You creak the door open and stifle a scream. The entire school is gathered around a huge portal surrounded by black candles. From within, the bellowing of the beasts being summoned echoes. The teacher stands at the front, covered in a purple robe, her true form revealed. Knowledge is power. Uh-oh. Order your allies to attack. Attack boost. Ask your ally to distract the enemy. Dodge. Brace for impact. Let's go ahead and assess the situation and dodge. And then also... Oh wait, what's that? Attack the teacher. Yeah, sure. You attack the teacher, dealing 10 damage. The school shakes. No special skill, weak against magic. The school building has become a portal to the unknown place. Close it before it's too late. Yeah, I think... Unfortunate, but I think we just gotta take out the teacher. Teacher's a tanky lass. The portal grows bigger. The portal's pulling you in. I should be able to get it this turn. With her dying scream, the teacher throws herself into the portal. Her vicious master shows no mercy. You hear it devour her before the connection shuts. The confused children lie on the ground, crying. Thanks to you, however, they are safe. Ending A. Hey, we saved children. Plus 30 experience, plus 15 experience for thorough investigation, minus 3% doom, more stamina and reason. Day passes, and Raiko has delivered us some funds. Thank you, Raiko. The old god stirs. A weird epidemic keeps staff at the hospital busy. Skipping the line will cost you more. Okay. Alright, heading home. Oh goodness. Alright, I will take this tea, thank you. I do have a level up as well. Almost, too. Alright. Ghost connection. Completing a mystery grants a random spell, kinda crazy. Additional damage against ghost and eldritch enemies, +1 charisma. Let's go ahead and go with second sight. And then I think I will go ahead and increase my reason, +4. There we go. Look at that. Right? And then you know what time it is. Bath time. XP time. Let's take a look through the peephole. It's been a while. Everything seems fine out here. I wonder whatever happened to that ultimate evil or whatever it was. I think this little shadow effect up here is in reference to that, but who knows what it's actually up for. It has been raining since morning. That's not too bad. Right. You can't run from something truly evil. Okay. So I can't save and quit right now because of something truly evil. Unfortunate. Alright, I guess we'll start a new mystery then. Curious case of a contagious coma, chilling chronicle of a crimson cape. We'll save this coma case for last, just so we can, not die immediately. Alright, Crimson Cape. A new game is spreading among your friends. A dare to stay in the unused school restroom after classes. A dare to meet Akamanto. What was originally harmless fun has turned deadly. The body of a boy was found last week. The school principal has banned the game, but that's only made it more popular. Akamanto must be stopped before another kid is killed. Alright, here we go. One of your friends says he doesn't believe in curses, and he intends to complete the dangerous dare. We have to gather gossip about the current mystery. Maybe in the schoolyard? Latest gossip. When Akamanto asks which paper do you want, you must refuse everything. If Ooh didn't make those drawings, then who did? Oh, you're creepy. Why are you just standing there? He hasn't been the same since he came back. Michi is reading a horror manga about spirals. They look fine. You wanna join me? Nope. You wanna join me? Hey, student. Alright. You've heard some versions of the legend. Everyone agrees you can't take anything the man offers you, though. Good to know. Alright. We will investigate the school. We have quite the gang of people here, huh? You find an old trophy case set in a seemingly abandoned corridor. Everything inside is covered in a thick layer of dust. One medal seems particularly valuable. Check the plaques and trophies. Luck, success. It seems the person involved with the current case was a prize-winning swimmer. Cool. Alright, downtown. We will investigate this next. Your path is... oh, yep, this is not going to be good. Rotting corpse covered in poison ivy. Oh my. Suta-chan. Oh, Suta-chan. Prepare and slice, and prepare and slice. Ow. Take this, Suta-chan. Ow. Stop hurting me, Suta-chan. Ow. There we go. That was painful, Suta-chan. You read a story about a vengeful samurai known for wearing a crimson red cape. It's an interesting find for sure, but you need to find more information. Right. We will check out the library to find more info. Uh-oh. Hearing footsteps behind you, you realize you aren't the only student here. A girl wearing a demon's mask starts giggling as she gets closer. Young witch. Oh yeah, that is a mask that you are wearing, young witch. Well, guess what? I'm slicing you too. Oh! Oh, that hurt so much. Alright, get sliced. I'm dead. I am super dead. But you have been defeated. Pick it up. You found an item, a box cutter. Broken. Dang, that's unfortunate. Resisting the unknown horror was taking its toll on your health. Weakened, you finally succumbed to your injuries. Alone. I beg to differ. I had many people with me. As the dust settles upon your open eyes, reality starts to crumble. The old god is ready to return once more. Well, that is that run. That was a good run, though. We died, but we did solve 3 mysteries. Saw 14 new events, encountered 6 new enemies, didn't unlock any new achievements, that's fine. You have a steak knife. Yeah, so that is that. I think we're making some progress here. Eventually we'll complete a run and see what to make of that. But for now, that is the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell, everyone.